Oi pessoas, tudo bem com vocês? Vou levar vocês para supermercado in Londres. So recently I did a little walking tour around TESCO in Wembley. That's an area of northwest London. This was a few weeks ago, just before Christmas, so there is a few little Christmas decorations, etc. in this video. If you're confused about that, that explains it. I'm gonna include some translations of supermarket words in English to Portuguese. Yeah, just give you an insight into what a supermarket is like in the UK. Antes de começar, se inscreve no meu canal. Dá like. Me siga no Instagram, Fale com Jake. We're going to start with biscoitos or bolacha, as known as biscuits in the UK. Okay, so these are all like the traditional biscuits. Yeah? It's a nice biscuit. These are like the all-time original digestives. They're very well with the tea. Yeah, you got that. These boys. They're another classic. But yeah, there's loads of biscuit selections. If I was buying for like general people, not just me, because you know you gotta think for others, because you always share your biscuits. You got custard cream. I would go with. I know exactly what I want to go with. A hobnob milk chocolate. Everyone loves them. You can't go wrong. And then some people just simply like, I consider it a bit of a boring one, but a rich tea. And you can see that right there. That is about as simple biscuit as it gets. You can always get a chocolate digestive like that, which is always a good one. Okay, so this next section that I'm going to show you in the supermarket is the world food section. It's very common to find these in big supermarkets in the UK, particularly in cities where there's different cultures that live. For example, it's quite common to find Polish foods, it's common to find Caribbean foods and also Indian foods and some foods from the Asia region. This is usually to cater for the communities that live in certain cities. So in London there's obviously a lot of different nationalities and a lot of communities, and in TESCO Wembley, because there's quite a big Brazilian community that live in this part of London, there's even a little Brazilian section which I'm going to show you guys. Classic bloodshed. So right here you have the Polish ones, so you get loads of like this from Poland. I don't even know what that is, and I don't know if I'd ever buy that in my life. It gets weirder and weirder. Strange things like that as well. But yeah, you even got Polish mayonnaise. Do Brazil. So yeah, as I said earlier, because there's a lot of Brazilians that live around this area of London, you even got some Brazilian products in the supermarket, which is quite cool. And it's such a like big mainstream supermarket, and they're even selling guabara, which is quite cool. Right? Got beans. Farofa's tacos, a bit like cachaça, but it's a bit expensive for my liking. See that down there, 23 bucks. So just before we start this next part of the video, I'm just going to talk quickly about baked beans. Baked beans are famous in the UK, and people associate baked beans with British people. But I want to explain to you that these beans are nothing like the beans you have in Brazil. I personally do not like them. It's quite common to have these beans with toast or with English breakfast. They come in a tin. I'm going to show you now anyway, so just watch the rest of the video. These are the beans that we get. Heinz baked beans. Loads of this shit. I personally hate it. I don't like them. They're horrible. But yeah, I prefer Brazilian beans here, but very popular in Indians. When I was a kid, you used to eat it on toast. But because I didn't like beans, I see these, which is supposed to be like a pasta, but in a tin. Yeah, they say we don't have good food in England, and I think this is to blame, like this kind of stuff. And it's supposed to be like an English breakfast in a tin. It has sausage, beans, a bit of hash brown, mushrooms in there, and apparently a bit of potato.
So everything.
Yeah, it's pretty vile. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm going to show you is pies. Pies are very common in the UK, have many different types of pies, but what is unique about this pie is that they're very old, not literally, but the company's been going for many years, and it's named after a small town in Uruguay, which is quite random. But what's funny about these pies is that you keep them in the tin, you put the whole thing in the oven, and you eat it out of the tin. I'm going to show you guys. Another strange thing is a pie in a tin, which you put the whole thing in the oven, and then it comes like cooked. Fray Bentos. It's actually a place in Uruguay, so it's a bit random, but they've been around for many years. Yes, very weird pie that is. So ready meals. This is something that's quite unique in, I would say in the UK, but it's also in other countries. I think in the USA is where they originated. It's not something that I've seen in Brazil. Basically like a prepared meal that you just put in the oven or in the microwave. And there's such a large variety of these meals. They're really cheap. Personally, I don't like them because they tend to be high in sugar or salt. You never know what's in them, the kind of preservatives that are in them. They're usually a bit bland. I have eaten them before, so I do know. Me personally, I prefer to cook fresh foods, but I'm going to show you the variety we have of these so-called ready meals. The most common types of ready meals we have in the UK are Italian, Indian and Chinese. I'll show you in this video. For example, like spaghetti bolognese, and you just like put it in the microwave. It's not very good, it's pretty poor quality.
And it keeps getting better. It only gets better.
So we have a lot of Indian food as well. But yeah, it's just like that. Weird. Not my cup of tea. So yeah, we have teas and coffees here. Like the coffees you can buy like in a bag. They have the instant. This stuff where you just put hot water on it. Dry freezed. It's something you usually typically buy like in a family. It's 240 tea bags. That's like a standard English tea. So you also have the Yorkshires as well. But then you have like loads of different brands of tea here. This is what it is like. Call that English breakfast tea, but
This is not a real one.
it's not a real one. If you ever come to England, you want to buy like the tea we drink, you have to buy this one or PG. Get a little 80 tea bags and take them home for your family, you know. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying the supermarket tour. I can provide many more videos like this for you if you're enjoying the content. Give a thumbs up and subscribe. This is like the worst coffee here. This is like instant coffee. You just add water. But it's not very good. I don't enjoy it. But people have it like everywhere in offices. It's quick and easy, but I prefer to make something like that inside the room. You ever wonder why British people got bad teeth, and this is the reason why.
Dancing with you under cotton candy skies. Got me feeling like
This is like a typical British one. Old people love these. Old people always have a Worthington mint in their pocket or something nowadays. Cardboard sweets are no good for your teeth, but old people love them. Very old generational things. If you ever, like, when I was a kid, my mum would always buy these to have in the car, probably to keep us quiet, to stop us arguing. Just stick one of them in our mouth and hope that we'd be quiet if it's like a long road trip or something.
Knew you were different. Never knew what I was missing. How did I survive without dancing with you under cotton candy skies? You got me feeling like I'm on a sugar high.
So crisp are very, very common in the UK. Everyone eats crisp in the UK. It's such a common snack. It's that kind of go-to snack. When I was in school, we used to take like a sandwich and a packet of crisp for lunch. And we have like so many different flavors of crisp. I'm going to show you in this part of the video the weird and strange flavors we have. These are known as chips in USA and patata fritas in Brazil. Individual packet of crisp, we call crisps, not chips. And they do like typical British flavours: roast chicken, cheese and onion, salt and vinegar. It's like weird flavours, like something that's always around since I was a kid. Something you took to school for a snack. Just another weird flavour. Prawn cocktail.
In candy skies, you got me feeling like I'm on a sugar high. I could spend forever in your paradise. On a sugar high. On a sugar high.
So one thing about our fruits, we get fruits imported from all around the world. In the big like chain supermarkets, I don't know if this exists in Brazil, but we have this thing called like quality control, which I was trying to explain in this next part of the video. It's basically like it's the idea that you won't find like a bad fruit, like all these fruits are like gone through quality control, all the bad ones are picked out, and these are supposed to be like it's the most aesthetically pleasing fruits. And they always go to the big chain supermarket. When I was in Brazil, I noticed like some supermarkets you go to, there's a lot of people like spending time picking out the right garlic, the right potato. You know, sometimes you find like a bad potato and you can end up picking up like a bunch of bad potatoes, so you don't really want to do that. But in the UK, it's supposed to be like they're all like selected and then put into the supermarket. They sell like a lot of things like this here already like put into bunches. You can buy them individually, but they're all like perfect. They're all like supposed to be better than what you get in like a small shop or something. Limes I found are really expensive as well, but they're supposed to be all like good quality.
You don't need a choice, no?
You don't see it. It's not like in Brazil. In Brazil, like you rummage through to find the best ones, but these are supposed to have gone through quality control, so meant to be like really good. Apart from that one there, it's a bit dodgy, huh? But yeah, you have like passion fruits. We get these imported. There's a lot of imported fruits. Mangoes. These come from Brazil, apparently, but they never taste as good as what they do in Brazil. Imported from Costa Rica. This is the thing that I hate the most about this country, is like what this kind of shit. Ridiculous. It's just like heavy on plastic packaging. Pre-cut mango. Just buy one. You cut yourself. Lazy. Same with the ready meat. Pre-cut pineapple. It's like super expensive as well. So this next part of the video is about vegan food. Vegan food is definitely something that's been new over the past 5 years, and something that's definitely like really increased in supermarkets in the past 2 years. It kind of coincides with the climate change movement and, you know, the awareness of climate change because of the consumption of meat and the effect and impact that has on the planet. So there's been a lot more people moving over to vegan diets, and with that there's been a lot more demand for vegan foods and kind of easy to prepare vegan foods. So in this next section I'm going to show you some strange foods that are entirely meatless but shaped like steaks and burgers but they don't include any meat. So in England, we do a lot of this vegan stuff, vegan produce. So it's like it's supposed to be like this is supposed to be beef. We have like a whole section dedicated to example. This is meant to be like a steak, a beef steak, fake bacon. I've never had this before, but it's not actually. It's made out of plant. It's not made from meat. There's no meat. And you also have like sausages as well. Similar. And a chicken, tender chickenless steak, fake steak. It looks like something I left in the toilet. The ingredients for it, I don't know what the ingredients are. It's mostly like pea protein, potato, apple extract. Yeah, but it's actually very nice. Okay guys, in this last part of the video, I just want to explain to you a little bit about this. So in the UK, it's more common to have a small lunch, and I know in Brazil you have like a big lunch, something that it took me a while to adapt to when I was staying in Brazil, because you eat big at lunchtime and then you don't eat so much in the evening. In the UK it's the opposite. You don't eat like a big lunch. You tend to eat the bigger meal at around 6-7 o'clock in the evening after work. But in the UK our options for lunch are quite limited. Like it's quite typical to have a sandwich for lunch. In supermarkets they do like a deal where you can get a sandwich, a bag of crisps like I showed you earlier in the video, and a drink for like £3, which I'll put the conversion rates of £3. It's quite cheap really. Me typically for my own lunch I prefer to cook my own food and take it into work, but this is very common in the UK to have like a meal deal, which is a sandwich, bag of crisps and a drink. 3 things for £3. This is crisp valid as well. How healthy you want to be, if you get something really healthy like this. Obviously I'm joking. Another thing, I get the healthy stuff. Sandwich, crisp and a drink, £3. And then you choose how much crisp you want. Something like that. Or you can get a piece of chocolate. I never get this. I like to eat proper food. Being a snob now. And finally, I'm just going to explain to you about self-checkouts. I did see these in Rio in Brazil, but I didn't see them anywhere else in Brazil. Self-checkouts are everywhere in the UK now, and we have this thing about paying for your own bag. This is to reduce the use of plastic. A bag costs 10 pence, and the idea is that you buy a bag and you bring it back the next time you come to shops. It stops you using bags and throwing them away. This was brought in to reduce plastic waste. We used to have cheaper bags, like just normal bags that you use once and throw away. But what they've done is they designed a stronger bag that you can reuse over and over again. And if you want one, you have to pay 10 pence for it.
Just need to approve this.
So this guy's going to come over and check that I'm old enough to buy alcohol. For the alcohol. You all 18, yeah? Yeah, it's all 18.
Scan your club card to earn club card points.
I'm going to foot this bill. Sorted.